Can't get enough sports shorts? Tune into Sports Shorts TV on Cox HD Channel 1013 Mondays at 8, Tuesdays at 9, and ETEL Channel 4. That's 52 weeks a year to get educated on sports by the best. Joel Davis and Ronnie Rance.
Welcome, everyone, to Sports Shorts, presented by LeBear's Casino in Baton Rouge. Ronnie Rance alongside Joel Davis. This is Corona week number
100.
6, 5?
100.
I don't know. I lost track. Hope everybody's having a safe one. May 1st will be here at the end of this week as we tape here on Monday. May 1st coming on Friday. Fingers crossed that there's some good news for the month of May. I know some businesses are slowly opening back up. Whether they're getting official approval or not, they're opening back up, don't care. And by the way, if you pass by a business and they're open and you think they're not supposed to be, don't narc. You know, just let it be. Let it be,
don't be that neighbor.
Yeah, don't be that guy. And if somebody has more than 10 people at their house, don't be that narc.
Yeah, and because, at the end of the day, they're trying to feed their family. That's it. They're trying to feed their family. And I got a message for John Bell Edwards, if you listen, and I know you are because you love the show and you're a big sports fan. This is Monday, the 27th of April, where we tape this show. There's more people. You might as well be open because everybody and their greasy granny are out there shopping and doing their thing.
Why she gotta be greasy?
Yeah, it's because it's that thing. Your mom, your greasy granny. You never heard that. Okay.
No.
I just drove by Academy on Segan Lane. Cars are packed to the back of the parking lot.
Why is that a necessary thing?
I'm trying to figure out, how is that an essential business?
I guess because of hunting guns.
Let me just tell you who you're hurting.
Because of
John,
barbecue pits.
Let me tell you, government people,
Golf
who you're
balls?
hurting. You're not hurting the owner of Home Depot. You're not hurting. You're helping them. You're not hurting the owner. These multi-million-dollar companies are benefiting from this. Walmart, Home Depot, Lowe's, Academy, all these companies are open for business, and there's nowhere else to go, so they're benefiting from it. The only person you're hurting is the small business owner because they're not supposed to be open. The small business owner, like myself, are the only ones, in my opinion, who are suffering from your decisions at the top. And by the way, all the people that are making these decisions are continuing to get a check each week because that's just the way it works out. So it's so much easier for them to make these decisions because they continue to get a check each and every week because of our tax dollars. So I just had to say it. It's very frustrating.
Feel better
It's been a month and a half. Everybody and the greasy granny are out there shopping right now. I just got back from Walmart because I needed some bread that I can't afford. I went and got some bread, and there's old people that don't even have masks on. They don't even care anymore. They're like, well, I'm going to die anyway at this point. Look, I'm not trying to downplay the corona at all. Like, I've been living, because my house is not ready, with my in-laws. They are people that I have to stay away from. But I'm trapped in a house with them, so I'm on this side of the house and that side. So, you can still, mind your business and be careful and work, is all I'm saying. Let people go back to work, John Bell. It's time. Open it up. Let's get back to work and quit playing games. That's it.
If anything, if you feel it's necessary, just make everybody wear a mask of some kind.
Make them wear a mask.
Right? Let's go back. Everybody wear a mask, and maybe even make them wear gloves, depending on what the business is.
Or how about make a sanitizer available? There's another one. Let's quit playing games and put tents at every corner. Let people make money. Provide people that want it. Buy sanitizer for $1. Let's say, hey, you want to be in the sanitizer business since you can't open your furniture store? Here's how much sanitizer you want. We'll sell it to you for $1. You can put a tent on the corner and sell sanitizer. If you can get sanitizer, you can actually make some money right now because you can't get sanitizer.
I thought they had all these businesses.
It's insane.
I thought they had all these businesses that were gonna, beer companies were gonna start making sanitizer, and this company was gonna. By the way, a week ago, just to give you an idea, my family's in the healthcare business.
I'm sure they're doing great.
A week ago, I saw some reports from the state of Louisiana as far as hospital beds, ICU beds, and ventilators.
Yeah.
Okay, there were approximately 40% of all beds, ICU beds, and ventilators were available for
Yeah.
use in the state of Louisiana. So there's no crisis out there where nurses are working 4 days in a row without a break.
You know how
where
many
there's
don't have a
bodies
job?
stacked up in the hallway, and there's none of that going on.
Yeah, none.
So I'm not saying, again, we're not saying that, oh, there's nothing. Okay, the corona's real,
Yep.
and it's more serious than the flu. We all admit that.
Yep.
But there is a way to live your life around it and with it, and
Be
to
careful.
take precautions. And hey, if you don't feel 100%, stay you know what, home, and do just like what you did when you had the flu. Hey, I'm not going into work. I'm going to stay home for a few days. I'm going to stay away from everybody in the house. I'm going to wash my hands, and I'm going to drink a lot of water, and I'm going to do all those things that you do to get through it. And then if I feel worse, I'll test myself, and whatever. We can't the option to just stay home and do nothing
It's over.
is over. It's
It needs
time to
to
get
be
back.
over, and
I
I'm
hope
tired.
May 1st, this Friday.
It better be. It better
get
be.
to
I'm
get-
telling you, there's going to be
With gas being as cheap as it is, and that industry, the state of Louisiana survives on oil and gas, and there's people getting laid off in that industry left and right, and with the barrel being the price of the crude oil being what it is, that really has nothing to do with Corona. That's ish. The Corona is. We got to get back to work.
Let me just tell you something, dude. It's so funny. Restaurants, you can pick up to-go food.
Right.
You can.
And by the way, that's not saving restaurants. I want people to realize that
it's
those
not.
restaurants are dying on the vine. There's some that are doing better than the others.
Yeah.
But even if they're doing great, they're doing 20% of what they, 25% of what they used to do. If
But
they're doing
here's
great.
the funny thing. You don't know who's in there cooking your food, you dum-dums. He could be sitting there making your sandwich over your sandwich, right? Nobody knows who's making your food, but they can do it. It's so stupid.
Have you ever been to Jack in the
It's so
Box? Have you ever
stupid.
eaten at Jack in the Box in your life?
I mean, yeah, they used to have the sourdough burger that's
Hey,
delicious.
I have an issue with any restaurant that's open 24 hours. It's very simple to figure out. When do they clean? Right?
Never.
When's there a spring cleaning if you're open 20? Waffle House. But look, we go to Waffle House and we like to sit at the counter so we can see the grease.
We want the grease at the
wow,
Waffle House.
look at the floor, how nasty it is. Wow, look at the pile of grease
Ronnie,
over
people
there.
that eat at Waffle House are immune to the COVID-19.
Right. So my
You're
point
immune.
is, if you've ever gone through the Jack in the Box drive-through, it's open 24 hours. We've never looked in the back to see who was making your food. We've never questioned, hey, do you ever clean? I mean, did you ever just pull the oven out, get back there behind it because you're open 24 hours? You
When do you
need
do
to be
it?
on the grill. If you've ever eaten the tacos from Jack in the Box, they were 99 cents. I think they're $1.29 now. You get two of them for $1.29. It's a
Incredible.
fused fried. It's literally a fry. Like they take them out of the freezer. They're already made. They drop them in the grease and then they put them in a sleeve and they serve them to you. It's a fused meat thing that they call a taco. Okay, don't
not a
ever
taco.
open it up and look inside.
No.
That is scary. All right, it tastes really good though.
delicious.
I mean, you get a strawberry
So
Fanta
good.
and two of those at 2:00 in the morning on the way back from LeBare's at that Jack in the Box right around the corner
Yeah.
by Traction. It's amazing. If you can survive that and you can eat those tacos and you can eat that food that's 24 hours and they've never had a spring cleaning in their life, what am I worried about Corona? Seriously.
You're immune because you've eaten that. And look, we're not downplaying the corona at all. But at the end of the day, you're destroying millions and millions of people's lives that have worked their
Right.
tails off
Right.
to start a business, to buy, maybe even own the property, which
or
is
to
that
work
business,
for a business.
To
Not
work
even
for
about being a
business.
small business owner. It's about the people that work there.
It's everybody. It's everybody. So the only people that are surviving right now
Are government employees.
Are government employees.
Golf
because
course
courses,
workers,
who they're thriving.
fast food restaurants,
Well, they're thriving.
and hospitals, medical.
Well, some hospitals, not all
Yeah,
hospitals.
not all.
Not all. Like if you're a plastic surgeon,
Right. They
you're
shut
dead.
you down for a while, but
You're
now
done.
they're starting to come back.
They're starting to come back slowly. But at the end of the day, our governors who are getting a paycheck every single month, it's time to stop it. You let people go back to work and you be careful. You wear a mask. You clean yourself, make sanitizers available, make masks. By the way, Red Zone Fundraising, if you're a coach out there, by the way, we have a new fundraiser. We're selling masks now. We're actually getting CDC compliant
making masks with your school logo or name on it. Yeah.
And then you can also, we'll provide you a website where you can send a link to every person in your school. Every athlete can send that out to 40 different people. All you got to do is contact me, JD Sports 04, JD Sports 04 on Twitter. Joel Davis, I can easily be found at Wooden Haven Furniture Company. I have actually, you call the store, my cell phone number's on there, and then it will direct me because my store's closed. But you can get my cell phone there. But we are doing online.
All groups, whether church groups, baseball teams, whatever.
Cheerleading, football. Football's around the corner. So, end of the day, Red Zone Fundraising, we are actually making masks. We're making masks available to us, but yet you can't get
what's interesting
stuff anywhere
is that
else.
We'll tie it all into sports before we take a break and we really get into some sports stuff. Is that through all of this, where businesses aren't open, some businesses will never come back.
Never.
People are losing their jobs left and right. Unemployment's at an all-time high. Through all of that, there was an NFL draft last week where for like 3 days we were able to kind of think we were normal to a certain extent. But at the same time, I hope there's an NFL season.
Yep.
Because, okay, what if there is an NFL season but there's no fans that go to the games? Is that an NFL season? Can NFL owners survive paying these salaries and these contracts if there's no suites being sold, if there's no sponsorships being sold at the stadiums, if there's no season tickets? Yeah, we know they get television money, and heck, the TV is the way to go right now. The ratings are going to be through the roof, and those advertisers will get their money's worth and then some. But that's not their only stream of revenue. So yes, we had a draft, and that's great, but we're not, let's see, what are we, May, June, July? We're 4 months away from regular season football. That's skipping over the month of August for preseason. We're 4 months away. We're 120, 30 days or so away from putting 80,000 people in a stadium. I can't even imagine at this point the way we're I don't know if we're way we're reacting.
Well, no. So, you know how when you go to a game and they hand you the towel, like we're going to the first 60,000 people, they always have a towel. Like you go to Saints games, there's like a towel
on your chair. Right.
Okay, so I got a solution. Literally, I have a solution. As you walk in, instead of getting the Houdat towel, they're going to give you a mask.
A Houdat mask.
A Houdat mask. By the way, Red Zone Fundraising can provide that for you, CDC compliant. Red Zone Fundraising can provide that for you.
Is this thing on?
I said Red Zone Fundraising, a company in which me and Ronnie work for. We can set you up with a Red Zone Houdat mask. Just contact me, JD Sports 04 on Twitter. But yeah, and a thing of hand sanitizer. That may actually really help. Look, a thing of hand sanitizer.
Thank you, Marty.
There it is.
Marty, we're getting some sanitizer because now since Joel touched the mic, Marty, could you clean that off, please? Thank you. You now have to clean the mic. Yeah. Thank you.
Did you clean this one?
Yeah.
You definitely want to clean that one.
Yeah, but I don't know that. I guess I did.
You did touch it. It popped.
Yeah. All right, we'll take a break. When we come back, we'll talk a little NFL draft. LSU with a record haul, but probably one of the players who did not get drafted by LSU was really the story of day 3. We'll also talk about the New Orleans Saints. It was a strange draft for the New Orleans Saints. We'll discuss that more. Don't go anywhere. Sports Shorts presented by LeBears. We'll be back right after this. Sports fans, you don't want to miss the biggest celebration of the summer. It's the annual Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame Induction Weekend in Natchitoches, June 25th through 27th. The 2020 Hall of Fame class features legendary sports figures Nick Saban, Phil Robertson, and many more. Log on to lasportshall.com for more ticket information.
If you're an avid sports fan, then you need to check out the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame, located in historic downtown Natchitoches, next to the Chateau St. Denis Hotel and the Natchitoches Convention Center. The Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame is where the rich history of Louisiana sports is told through the pictures, artifacts, and by the legends themselves in video archives. Come to the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame and Northwest Louisiana History Museum and visit a world-renowned architectural marvel. For more information and to purchase tickets to the annual Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame events, visit lasportshall.com/purchase. Sports fans, you don't want to miss the biggest celebration of the summer. It's the annual Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame Induction Weekend in Natchitoches, June 25th through 27th. The 2020 Hall of Fame class features legendary sports figures Nick Saban, Phil Robertson, and many more. Log on to lasportshall.com for more ticket information.
Can't get enough sports shorts? Tune into Sports Shorts TV on Cox HD Channel 1013, Mondays at 8, Tuesdays at 9, and ETEL Channel 4. That's 52 weeks a year to get educated on sports by the best. Joel Davis and Ronnie Rance.
So yeah, and then I'm eating a lot more. Lots of potato chips again. Got off the potato chips for 3 years. Got off the Diet Cokes for 3 years.
Back on it.
Back on both of them.
Yeah.
Love the jalapeno kettle chip.
The Lay's.
Oh,
Yeah.
whatever. Anything that says jalapeno or kettle cooked,
Yeah.
just give me 72 bags of them right now.
Can I get some, Marty, can I get
Am I
some
spitting on
spray
the mic? Am I
and
spitting
a
on the
towel,
mic?
please, from
Am
you?
I spitting on the
No,
mic?
seriously, I need one. It's just so many things coming out of your mouth right now.
So that's why we need
Thank
social
you.
distancing.
Thank you, Marty.
And I'm all for social
Thank you.
distancing.
Appreciate it.
By the way, you did too. I just didn't call you out on air. So here, give me some of that. Wow. Okay, thank you, sir. Now, but your hand was on.
No, but on the yeah. Sorry.
Good.
I mean, and the table too, because it was a little
All right.
stiff.
Okay.
There we
You
go.
gonna do yours?
Just because you were nervous, I just want to make.
Oh, look how boy, it looks so smells good in here, Marty. This is some good. So where did you get the Clorox wipes?
I don't know. You could sell what's left in that for $30 probably.
I will go and put a tent on the corner of Corsi and Jones. Corsi and what is this over here? This is Sherwood. I'll have a white tent. It'll be me and my
You won't.
sports coat.
You're really not.
And I'm selling shots of that for $250.
Cesar Ruiz. Most people, the New Orleans Saints, were hoping that they were hoping they might take Justin Jefferson. They were hoping they might take Patrick Queen.
Kenneth
Obviously,
Murray.
Jefferson wasn't available. Queen was, because Murray
Kenneth
had gone to the
Murray.
spot before at linebacker.
That was the guy. That was the guy. Even ahead of Queen.
Well, obviously ahead of Queen. Yeah.
I mean, Kenneth Murray out of Oklahoma was the best linebacker in the draft. I mean, he is an every down linebacker. He can cover Gronk if he has to. He's just going to get better with time. He's just as physical as Patrick Queen, but bigger. Put another 20 pounds on him, taller and bigger. So that was going to be the guy, right? That was going to be the guy at 24. He was there at 23, and the Patriots stuffed it to the Saints and let the Chargers come up from the second round to stealing. And the Chargers knew too. The Chargers saw a big hole that the Saints had at linebacker. And they knew that guy was somebody within the Saints organization.
Leaked.
They
Somebody said
leaked
leaked it.
Yeah, well, they also leaked the Mahomes pick. They had them. They had Mahomes. How is it that the guy that the Saints want every single year, someone jumps right ahead of them to grab their
Well, I'm sure the agents
somebody's
aren't
got a
keeping
big
their
fat
mouths shut because their
Ron.
agents want benefit from
Yeah.
running their mouth. But who did you think the Saints were going to take? Obviously, Ruiz hadn't come out of your mouth, so you weren't thinking Cesar Ruiz.
No, I
but
mean-
did you think they should have taken Queen?
I thought it was going to be Queen. Yeah, I mean, they needed a linebacker. A.J. Klein is gone. I mean, you've got Davis.
Obviously, they didn't value Queen as much as we
Well,
thought they did. They didn't have a first-round grade on him.
They must have really liked Zach Bond, who they got in the third round, and that they felt because of some of his off-the-field stuff, some of his injury concerns, that they could maybe move back in the second round or get him in the third. Maybe they liked him more than Patrick Queen because he does have
The versatility that you like.
He has a lot of ability coming off the edge. So he can play the Will, he can play the Mike, and he can play the Sam. He can play three. Patrick Queen played middle linebacker at LSU, okay? Is he going to be able to do, I mean, you have a middle linebacker in Davis, right? He's phenomenal.
Had a great year, Pro Bowl.
So do you feel like Patrick Queen can hold up, versus Gronkowski? I mean, on a strong side, having to cover him or something. I mean, I don't know. I mean, can he cover people? Yeah. But can he cover a 6'7" Gronkowski who now is in your division?
I think if that's the comp, if you're deciding whether to take a guy and whether you think he can cover Gronkowski, the answer is no, because nobody's going to be able to cover Gronkowski. The best you can do is try to run with him and just but everybody's going to get beat on size and physicality against Gronkowski.
Well, and
by the way,
he's not. Queen's not getting any taller.
By the way, we'll circle back to it, but Tampa Bay,
they're loaded.
Now, here's the thing.
They're
Last
loaded.
year, we jumped on the Cleveland Browns, right? They made all these moves. They got OBJ in there and others, and we thought, ooh, the Browns, put them in the Super Bowl. They're going to win the division.
Who's their coach?
Freddie Kitchen.
Okay.
And he got fired after 1 year, and
Who's
they
their
didn't have a losing
quarterback?
record.
Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
Okay. Tampa, we're not going to have the same situation.
Right.
They are paper champions right now, and they can be champions for real with Tom Brady. Bruce Arians is their coach.
Right.
I
Guy's been in the Super Bowl twice as a coordinator.
I believe Bruce Arians in it.
Got a lot of weapons on
over,
offense.
Within Freddie Kitchens. Lots of weapons on offense, just too many to count. And their defense is up and coming.
Yeah.
So Tampa Bay is a threat, man. They had a great draft.
And we'll circle back around to more Tampa talk in a minute, because obviously Jameis Winston's signing with or has he signed yet? I don't know. Expected to sign with the Saints. I mean, that's an unbelievable
That's a
story.
done deal.
But say Ruiz is a guy, 316 pounds, all the accolades, right? I mean, best center in the draft, athletic guy, leader. I mean, everything that you want to hear coming out of a great program like Michigan. Can play center or play guard. The question just is which does he do?
Yeah.
Because last year the Saints took a center in the second round and he played at a Pro Bowl level.
And that's my concern is, have they had conversations? Have they seen McCoy play the guard position while being on their roster for the last year? Because he played at an all-pro level last year as a rookie at center.
Right.
So my question is, you got two centers. Which one's going to play guard? Ruiz is a bigger guy than McCoy. Now, McCoy was 305 pounds. We're talking 10 pounds here, right? Do they feel like McCoy can slide over to Walford's position? Because they gave Pete $30 million, so he's not going anywhere. Who, by the way, has to stay healthy. I
don't understand that, but anyway.
They got to. Well, here's his problem. And let me get back to Pete. Let me tell you what his problem is he gets hurt so often. He comes out of the lineup, and it takes him 3 or 4 games to get back ready to go. When he's ready, he's great. When he's been playing for 4 or 5 games, he's really, really good. The problem is he goes out so often that when he comes back, he disrupts everything. He was one of the reasons why they sucked versus Minnesota. He wasn't back long enough. He didn't play very well. Wofford played worse versus Minnesota. So I'm happy they went guard. I'm glad they went interior line. But who are they going to put there? You got 2 centers. Which one do you feel is going to who's going to kick the guard? Do you want to kick a guy that just played at an all-pro level at center? Or are you going to take him out and move him to guard, and then he's an average guard, and then you're going to put another rookie in at center? So my thing is you leave McCoy, and you find out if Ruiz, who's a bigger guy, can play that guard position. That's what I'm hoping they do.
Zach Bond, who we touched on, we don't need to get too far into it, a guy who would have been a first-round pick had he been healthy. He wasn't. He fell to the
top
third.
20 first-round pick.
I mean, he was a guy who could play all the different positions, so that's a nice value pick for the Saints in the third round. If
rush the passer,
if
which I
he
like.
stays healthy, that'll be one of those that they'll check the box on in a couple years. Adam Troutman surprised everybody. A third-round pick, which the Saints moved into the third round, gave up a later pick to take the tight end out of Dayton, which sent everybody scrambling to their Mike Detillier gold sheet, to see where he was at.
And to be shocked to see that he was like number 2. The number 2 tight end, and for Mike Detillier, he was the number 2 tight end. For a lot of draft experts, he was the number 1 tight end, and nobody even saw that coming because Jared Cook came on so strong last year. Towards the end of the season, he played lights out. He became one of the best players on offense. So you didn't see tight end being, on their radar. But, buddy, a lot of comparables, what I'm hearing is a George Kittle type. Man, if you get George Kittle out of this guy, who's by right now the best tight end in the league, if you can get 90% of what you get from George Kittle, I think it's an unbelievable pick. But we'll see. We'll see. He never drops
So-
passes. He's that kind of guy. So he's big. He never drops passes. You love to hear that. And he can run a little bit. He's athletic.
Saints didn't have any picks after the third round, and then they surprised everybody in the seventh round where they traded a sixth-round pick next year for Tommy Stevens, the quarterback out of Mississippi State, who, don't worry, he's not going to play quarterback for the
Yeah.
New Orleans Saints. He's another poor man's
Taysom Hill.
right? I mean, a super athletic guy who can run around, big size, 6'5". Whether he plays, run the ball for a package or whether it's catch the ball. Obviously they're trying to strike lightning, twice.
Bottle.
With the Taysom Hill thing. I mean, they are cloning this guy to be a Taysom Hill. And that leads you to believe that, hey, it's seventh round. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't hurt you. Although it really is a sixth-round pick because you gave one up for that. But
that's,
it's
come
one of
see,
those
come
situations where, hey, if we can, he'll be a practice squad guy more than likely. And then if Taysom Hill moves into being the quarterback next year, then he can possibly slide into the Taysom Hill role. So that's kind of where they're going with it. So that's the Saints draft in a nutshell. I think for the three picks, Ruiz, Bond, and Troutman, you got three guys that are going to play this year and be very impactful for your team.
Oh, well, they have to be. I mean, this is likely Drew Brees' last year.
Right.
So you have to anticipate they wanted people that could come in and play immediately. They wanted guys that they felt could, give you some snaps right now that can be a difference maker. And each one is going to have an opportunity. Jared Cook, Troutman, could be in the lineup at the same time. They're going to count on Ruiz to start either at center or at guard, especially if they move Wofford. $12 million due, $12 million worth of...
Wofford's out.
He's got to be gone. Whether he's cut or traded at some point. And he played terribly against Minnesota. I mean, terribly. Him and Pete both. You could blame those guys for that loss. I mean, you really could. Especially when Drew Brees fumbled that football late in that game. That's because Wofford got beat and also Ramczyk a little bit, but Wofford got pushed right back in the face of Drew Brees, which made him come out and get the ball stripped. But at the end of the day, those two guys, and when you plug Bond in to rush the passer, because he can do that, I mean, dude, these guys if Bond can come in and get 3-4 sacks this year, that's huge.
We're going to take a break. When we come back, talk about the big news. This was kind of we joked about it on Sports Shorts Radio, which is Saturday mornings from 10 to noon on ESPN Radio in Baton Rouge, in the past about scenarios for Jameis Winston and all that, and one of them being possibly coming to New Orleans and being a backup and taking the Teddy Bridgewater plan, right? Maybe he's the future if they really like him and they can get through to him and he not eat the W's and steal the...
God, he's got to never do that again. Never.
We don't have to worry about the crab legs. Got to watch out for the Louisiana crawfish, though. He might be snagging that. But we'll talk about the story of Jameis Winston and how that's just bizarre to me. We'll be back with that right after this.
Sports fans, you don't
I'm
want to miss
excited
the
about
biggest
that, dude.
celebration of the summer. It's the annual Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame Induction Weekend in Natchitoches, June 25th through 27th. The 2020 Hall of Fame class features legendary sports figures Nick Saban, Phil Robertson, and many more. Log on to lasportshall.com for more ticket information. If you're an avid sports fan, then you need to check out the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame, located in historic downtown Natchitoches, next to the Chateau Saint Denis Hotel and the Natchitoches Convention Center. The Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame is where the rich history of Louisiana sports is told through the pictures, artifacts, and by the legends themselves in video archives. Come to the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame and Northwest Louisiana History Museum and visit a world-renowned architectural marvel. For more information and to purchase tickets to the annual Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame events, visit lasportshall.com/purchase. Sports fans, you don't want to miss the biggest celebration of the summer. It's the annual Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame Induction Weekend in Natchitoches, June 25th through 27th. The 2020 Hall of Fame class features legendary sports figures Nick Saban, Phil Robertson, and many more. Log on to lasportshall.com for more ticket information.
Can't get enough sports shorts? Tune into Sports Shorts TV on Cox HD Channel 1013 Mondays at 8, Tuesdays at 9, and ETEL Channel 4. That's 52 weeks a year to get educated on sports by the best. Joel Davis and Ronnie Rance.
Welcome back, everybody, to Sports Shorts. Ronnie Rance, Joel Davis here with you. The big story, man, coming out of New Orleans, two things. One, the Saints, of course, tendered Taysom Hill as a restricted free agent. They put a first-round tender on him, which means that if any other team had taken him, the Saints would have gotten a first-round pick.
Wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, which didn't happen, so that meant that the Saints had him. They could sign him to a one-year, $4.5 million contract. Taysom Hill held out, didn't want to sign that, even though he had no option. He was like, look, come on, I want to be here. You know I want to be here. So he ended up signing a 2-year, $16 million deal. Not bad for a 30-year-old Mormon who has only thrown 10 quarterbacks.
$21 million deal.
Was it 221?
221. They just tacked on $16 million to what they already owed him.
Gotcha.
$16 million basically this year, $16 million guaranteed. I don't know what the signing bonus is,
That's right, it was
but
16
he's guaranteed.
Okay, so he's got 4 or 5 extra he could get.
And we got in a heated debate during the break that you feel like Jameis Winston, who they are signing.
A 1-year deal to kind of be an emergency backup.
It's a super emergency, Ronnie, because it's going to be an emergency if Taysom Hill goes down. Because Taysom Hill is your number 2 quarterback. I don't care what you think, what you say, blah, blah, blah. You don't guarantee a dude $16 million to be your third-string quarterback.
What is the number we're hearing on Jameis, though, to be the third?
Well,
what's the number we're hearing?
I think they're probably going to give him $5 million. He's probably going to get $5 million to go. But what is it?
It's a red shirt year for him.
It is. And it's also a repair your image.
Right. Be a good teammate. Learn from the best.
Look what happened to Teddy. It's the Teddy effect, right? It's the Teddy effect. I'm going to come in. I'm going to do everything they tell me to do. I'm going to learn.
Next year is going to be a better market for starting quarterbacks.
Much better. There's nowhere to start right now.
Right.
There's nowhere. There's Cam Newton.
Rivers is going to be gone more than likely.
Cam Newton can't
we know
get a job.
Drew's most likely going to be gone. Tom Brady could possibly be gone.
The guy in the turd in Chicago.
Yeah,
Mitch
absolutely.
Trubisky could be gone next year because this is it for him.
Kirk Cousins. Do you believe in him?
I believe in Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins is a good quarterback. He gets so disrespected. He reminds me of Tony Romo, who, by the way, is one of the greatest quarterbacks I've ever watched play football. He's kind of like Taysom Hill. Taysom Hill's a more athletic Tony Romo. So Tony Romo could move around. Jameis can move around.
The thing I don't want the Saints to do is last year when Drew Brees was hurt and they played Bridgewater, they didn't really use Taysom Hill hardly at all because the value was, well, he's our backup and we don't want to get him hurt. You're saying he's the number 2, but I'm saying I'm fine with that. But let's still use him because I want them to use Taysom Hill like they did in the Vikings game. Let him be on the field all the time. And you know what? If he gets too banged up and something happens to Drew, you got Jameis.
Who can throw 5,000 yards.
Personally, if I'm going to try to project beyond Drew Brees, I believe in Sean Payton. I believe in this system. I believe in this offense. And I believe in Jameis Winston's talent. You don't throw for 5,000 yards. You don't throw for 30 touchdowns. You don't win a national championship at Florida State. Be beloved by your teammates, even when we would shake our head and go, what are they talking about? Everybody talks about what a great leader and a locker room guy and all that he is.
He's a hard worker, dude. He's proved that.
He's obviously had some immature issues and eating the W's and stealing the crab legs and standing on the bench. And maybe he forcefully did something to that girl in college.
What's worse, eating the W's or the crab legs? What was worse to you?
Well, the crab legs at the end of the day. The guy went
the eating the W's was bad.
It looked terrible. But listen, here's the thing. I believe that if Jameis Winston truly has changed, he can be the future of your franchise. I probably believe more in the upside of Jameis Winston than I do in the viability of Taysom Hill, who'll be 31 years old. And he's only thrown 10 passes in the NFL. The way he plays, he is prone to injury. And so
is he? He hurts other people.
Bro, the guy's a linebacker playing quarterback, and that's not gonna hold up.
He's a really good Tim Tebow did. Tim Tebow held up the little bit of window you saw
in the NFL.
You saw it.
He played 1 year. It was
held
relevant.
Up. He held up that 1 year. And you know what? I think if Tim Tebow was coming out today, he'd probably be the number 1 pick in the draft because Taysom Hill would have made him a lot of money.
Well, it's gonna be super interesting to see what happens. I like the Jameis Winston pick. I think if you can get him for the cheap. and be
I think it's gonna be 5
third
to
string
6 million.
quarterback. But it gives you that, hey, if something truly does go down again with Drew, or maybe the future, you're getting a behind the peak curtain look. I mean, it's nice. It's good stuff.
Jameis Winston should honestly be paying the Saints for this opportunity because he wasn't going to get a starter job.
Right.
So I think that Jameis is coming in. The first thing they need to teach him is pregame speeches, pregame warm up. How do you get your team? I mean, that's
Right.
him and Drew are going to have
Let me ask you
sort of
this.
speech writing moments.
I want to get to this before we're out.
Are we
Love
almost done?
goes to the Packers, which
You like the
shocked
Packers?
everybody. Saints skipped over Love. There was a lot of reports that Jordan Love out of
Not a big fan of that
Utah
guy.
State was maybe going to end up with the Saints, that they liked him. They didn't take him. Instead, they want Ruiz. He ends up with the Packers, who, Aaron Rodgers is only 36 years old. He's got 4 more years left on his deal. Whoa,
and
that was a
Love
shocker.
needs about 4 years. Love needs 4 years to start in the NFL. I watched that dude. I mean, come on, bro. He looks like he looks like a dude that can make all the throws, but it's going to take him some time.
They
It's gonna
obviously
take him some
believe
time.
they are going to do the exact same thing they did with Rodgers, where they took him in the 20s in the first round,
Could.
let him sit for 4 years. They're going with the same plan.
Yeah, I think that the best pick in the draft to me, and it's kind of scary, is Miami getting Tua. Tua is a great pick for them. It's such
Don't
a
rush
great
him. Don't
fit.
rush him.
Don't rush him. Let him play. You got Rosen there. Poor Rosen, huh? How many? I mean, the dude gets picked in the first round, and
10th
every year,
overall.
just people don't like the dude.
Right.
He must just not
He
be
supposedly
likable.
has got a lot of that. The
West Coast?
quarterback for the Bears, who the
Mitch
former
Trubisky?
No, before
McMahon?
him. No, for
the
Cutler,
Bears?
Jay Cutler.
Oh.
He's got a lot of Cutler in him.
Ugh, God.
A little snarky,
Great
Yeah,
hair,
yeah.
but just not likable.
I want to touch on this real quick. Fulton going to the Titans. I think
Love it.
the drug thing cost him, right? I mean,
Of
he
course.
probably would have been a first round
Of course.
pick had it not been
I thought he
for
played great
him
this
cheating
year.
on the drug test. Grant Delpit finally goes to the Browns. So I mean, hey, the Browns have
told
like
you
4 or
Delpit-
5 LSU players. 5 and Jacob Phillips in the 3rd round went to the Browns.
Yeah,
I mean, they got like 5 LSU players on the Browns, but. Damian Lewis goes to Seattle, the right guard that nobody talked about much during the season. He had a fantastic year. Lloyd Cushenberry out of Dutchtown High School did a great job selling his Red Zone fundraising cards when he was in high school.
Well, so did Patrick Queen.
Yeah,
at
at
Livonia.
Livonia. Lloyd Cushenberry, happy for him. Great guy, captain of the team. He's going to Denver. Jacob Phillips going to the Browns, a talented guy. I mean, both Phillips and Queen. We got a 1st and a 3rd round from
It's
these
crazy.
linebackers that, going into the year. And then Rashard Lawrence, the oldest looking 22-year-old in the world or whatever, 21, going to Arizona in the 4th round. Blake Ferguson going to Miami, the long snapper. His brother is Ryan Ferguson's the snapper for Buffalo.
Yep.
So they're in the same division, going to face each other twice a year. And Stephon Sullivan didn't play any tight end for their LSU, but went to the Senior Bowl. They moved him to tight end, looked good. Seattle took him in the 7th round,
The logo
ahead of
helps.
Thad Moss, who wasn't
I know.
drafted.
And Thad, look, he probably needed another year at LSU, but it wasn't going to make him faster. He's an undersized tight end who doesn't drop anything. But we saw him running down the sideline. He's really, really slow, dude. And that's a shame because he got his mom's speed, but he got his dad's hands.
Yeah,
And
he
there's
didn't drop a pass last year.
He's phenomenal pass catcher, body control. He's got great body control, but he's going to have a really hard time separating in the NFL against very, very fast linebackers. I'm just sorry. He's going to make a team. He's going to have an opportunity. I don't think he's going to be selling insurance.
You finally
anytime
did
soon.
watch some of the Jordan documentary, The Last Dance. You watched
Yeah.
episode 3 and 4 on a
I
scale
love
of 1
Dennis
to 10.
Rodman.
What did you give
I
a
love
rating?
it. I thought it was great. I'm a huge Dennis Rodman fan. I love the Worm. He's so misunderstood. And, he's one of those guys that needs to be taken care of. He needs to feel loved. I understand it.
How good of a coach is Phil Jackson? huh?
Unbelievable.
I mean, the guy is just
Unbelievable.
He knows how to manage all the egos and all the different people. It's
crazy.
He's a super guy. Coached for 20 years, never had a losing season in the
phenomenal.
NBA. He's Joel Davis. I'm Ronnie Rance. Don't forget Sports Shorts Saturday mornings, 10 to noon on ESPN Radio in Baton Rouge.
Sports fans, you
There
don't want
it
to
is,
miss the
boys.
biggest celebration of the summer. It's the annual Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame induction weekend in Natchitoches, June 25th through 27th. The 2020 Hall of Fame class features legendary sports figures Nick Saban, Phil Robertson, and many more. Log on to lasportshall.com for more ticket information. If you're an avid sports fan, then you need to check out the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame, located in historic downtown Natchitoches, next to the Chateau St. Denis Hotel and the Natchitoches Convention Center. The Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame is where the rich history of Louisiana sports is told through the pictures, artifacts, and by the legends themselves in video archives. Come to the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame and Northwest Louisiana History Museum and visit a world-renowned architectural marvel. For more information and to purchase tickets to the annual Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame events, visit lasportshall.com/purchase. Sports fans, you don't want to miss the biggest celebration of the summer. It's the annual Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame Induction Weekend in Natchitoches, June 25th through 27th. The 2020 Hall of Fame class features legendary sports figures Nick Saban, Phil Robertson, and many more. Log on to lasportshall.com for more ticket information.
Can't get enough sports shorts? Tune into Sports Shorts TV on Cox HD Channel 1013 Mondays at 8, Tuesdays at 9, and ETEL Channel 4. That's 52 weeks a year to get educated on sports by the best. Joel Davis and Ronnie Rance.